everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good day and a good week so far. Plenty of rain, plenty of sunshine. Hope you've all been busy. Welcome. It's me again, Stace Shaw. Lovely to meet you. Great to see old faces and new. And we are on this evening doing psychic readings with the lovely cards that Richard has created for our SPtv viewers. Divine guidance cards. Some of you may have already seen them being used on the channel, but we're going to be using them again tonight. So yeah, they are absolutely beautiful cards. They are ready for purchase, ready to be ordered. So if you'd like any information on how to order them and etc., then please go across to the fan page and just grab the website because my memory is rubbish. There you go, on screen, sptv.uk/cards, to purchase a deck of these divine guidance cards that Richard has created for our SPtv viewers to purchase. There's how many in the deck? 78? 78. There's 78 cards altogether in the pack, made of different, what's the word? You've got the you've got the arcana, you've got the elements. There's, did you say 3 or 4 cards? That, yeah, and then there's the archangels and the life deck. And this evening we're going to be using the life cards, and we're going to do something different as a little bit of an experiment with them tonight, because we've had different readings from them already on a psychic level. So tonight I thought we'd try a little bit of mini philosophy with them. So each word that's on the life deck cards, we're going to see what the word is, and I'm going to come up with a little bit of a mini philosophy statement for whichever viewer gets picked for the reading, and we'll see how that goes and see if it makes sense and resonates. Richard will also come in later on and do some readings with them as well, so you can get 2 different perspectives and 2 different readings from the cards. So that should all be good. Hopefully it'll work. So share. Sharing is caring. Let SPtv grow and we reach as many people as we can. Plus we need to break the share record, people. Come on. We need to break the share record, which I think is about 200 what is it, 230 something? 233 or 236, something like that. So share. And spread the love. So let's see who's joining us this evening. Say a few hellos. Just to make you aware, we are streaming to Facebook and YouTube, but there is a problem with the Facebook comments at the moment. Facebook have been notified, but you know, we'll see what happens. But hopefully, if you can't get any joy on Facebook, then jump over to YouTube and we'll be able to see your comments. So that being said, we will say hi to Des on YouTube. How are you? And I'm assuming Millie's on because he's saying hello to Millie. Hello, Heather on YouTube, and also to Cheyenne, who Heather is saying hello to. Hi, Angie Turner. Hope you're well. Terry, the lovely Terry. Good evening to you, and good evening to Emily and Sophie as well, if they're still awake. We've got Julie from YouTube as well saying hello. Good evening to you. And hello to Bonnie as well. And to Margaret. Hello to Suzanne. And to Zara. Hope you're well. Hello, Wendy. Hello to Linda as well. And to Holly. And to Elizabeth, hello to you. Hello, Patrick, and hello to Mel. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're all good. So let's see what cards we get. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give Richard a number because he gets a list of the comments. So I'm going to give Richard a number and he will count down through the comments, and whoever lands on that number gets the reading, just to make it fair for everybody. And then if you pick a card number from 1 to 40, we'll see what card you get, and I will give a little bit of a philosophy reading from the card, but it will only be a mini philosophy reading because otherwise we won't get round as many people, so it'll be short and sweet. Like I say, it's just a little experiment we're doing, suggested by Nick on Monday morning, actually. So we'll see how we go. So we will go hi to Mavis McDonald on YouTube. Okay, so let's start from Mavis and we will go. No. Oh, just waiting for the numbers to come in. Drum roll, people. Drum roll. So while Richard's doing all the techie stuff, what have you all been up to this week? Have you all had a busy week, a relaxing week? I've had an eventful week. It was raining yesterday, and my body decided it was going to try and use the pavement as a swimming pool, and it didn't work out quite that well. I got very wet very quickly. So let's see how these numbers are doing. Yep, so if you all pick a number between 1 and 40, if you would like a card. In the meantime, I'm going to introduce Richard and he can explain a little bit about the cards. Are you there, Mr. P?
No, I'm not having a pee. Pee, please, Bob. If people in the UK, if they know that's an old Blockbusters. So good evening, everybody. Good evening. So, how are you, Stace?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling a very mellowed mood right now. So I'll probably go into my mellow voice, you know. So yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So what have you been up to?
It's
Anything good?
Apart from trying to face plant the concrete, no, not a lot.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
No, it's been busy. Productive but busy. I've had a good week.
Good. While we're waiting for all the numbers to come in from everybody from YouTube and to Facebook, good evening, everybody. I'm Richard, the man behind the channel, I suppose you can say, not the man behind the mask. So if you are a newbie to the channel, hello. I feel very mellow right now. I don't know why I feel very mellow, but I do. There you go. What can I say? The cards, yeah, you can pre-order these cards from sptv.uk/cards, and you can see all the information there. There's a video there as well, which you can quickly have a preview of some of the descriptions on one of the cards. And the idea, we need to raise a certain amount of money, so then we can actually purchase these cards, get them printed, and once they're all done, they will be then shipped out to everybody in the UK, and those overseas will be asked for additional money if needed be, because obviously we don't know how much it's going to cost from where they are. But the starting point, sadly, it is a bit more expensive of £25, but because it's the first order, and obviously the first order is the most expensive, if we reach over the target and we have enough funds to purchase more, then we will do so. Then the cards become cheaper and everybody gets reimbursed and so forth. So that's what it is. But without further ado, shall we pick a number? So how it works, I see all your comments in a browser between 1 and 20 per page, and at the moment, for example, I can see that we have around 24 pages, all with 20 comments on. So that's how so when we do give me a number and then Stace gives me a number, I will then count down from the comments. So you might put a comment in Facebook and YouTube, and you might think you're number 1, but in fact on my system you could be number 16. It depends how the system shows it to me. So that's why when people say, oh well, I was number 2, that's in fact you're not, because my system will show it differently to you. So with that then, Stace, let's go to 1 to 40, and whoever's commented on that number will be the person who will receive a free reading this evening. And then I would tell you what card it is, drag it onto the system, which takes me about 20 seconds. So in the meantime, you can do whatever you need to do.
Dun, dun, dun. And that's how it's going to work. So let's see where we're going. So the first number, I think we will go for legs 11.
Right, that's easy. I'll just go to page 2 and count down 1. And right, okay, we've got Janet. She's going 140, so that's not going to work. You've got to pick a number between 1 and 40, not just 1.
Take us all night counting to 140.
Yeah, Janet. So Janet on YouTube. Oh, she's picked number 2. There we go. That's a lot easier. Well done. See, it's that quick. Right. So number 2. Let me just have a quick look at the cards. So if the reading is for you, your name will be placed on the screen. So if you're not sure, then just have a quick look and you'll see. Yes, Janet, saying me, it is you. So yay, she goes. So bear with me. I've now got to try and find a card. So we, as Stace said earlier on, we are using the life section from the pack, because it just makes life a lot easier for me. Right, number 2, and that is anxiety. So anxiety, Stace, I'll send the card to you first, so then you can have a look at it to get inspired and so forth. Bear with me for a minute. This is the bit that takes time.
While Richard's sorting the card out, so how this is going to work, obviously the word on the card is anxiety, so I'm going to go with that word, and I'm going to just say what Spirit is inspiring me to say about the anxiety and how it relates to you. So it's kind of like a mini philosophy / reading. Okay, so it's Spirit inspired, but it's not a spiritual mediumistic link, if that makes sense. Okay, so Janet, again,
can you see that okay?
I can, that's perfect, thank you. So let's see what Spirit wants to say about the anxiety. Okay, anxiety. We are born without any anxieties, without any fears. We are born as I believe, as a blank sheet, as a blank canvas. Anxieties are formed through, again, social interactions, social teachings and social lessons. I'm trying to find the right words, but it's not coming, so this is the way it wants me to come across. It can be anxiety over little things to start with, but then these big little things grow into big things, because the more we feel anxious about something, the more we sort of try and avoid it and try to steer away from it. But what I want to say with anxiety is it's about facing. Anxiety is about accepting the fear and facing the fear and facing whatever emotions that the anxiety trigger, and accepting the emotions that the anxieties trigger, because with anxiety comes lessons. With lessons come growth and development. And how this relates to you, Janet, is I want to say, even though you've confirmed there that you've been feeling a lot of anxiety, what you need to do is understand the anxiety rather than just feel it. It's about understanding where the root cause of the anxiety lies. Is it logical? Now, not all anxieties are logical. not all anxieties make common sense, but it's a very real and true feeling. And it can cause a lot of physical distress, mental distress, emotional distress. But what I want to say to you is the better the understanding of where the anxiety came from, the better the healing of the anxiety itself, and the better you are able to learn lessons from it and sort of overcome it. So it comes like in stages. So what I want to say to you is, in terms of your anxiety, accept and acknowledge the feelings that you get. Try and understand where it's come from, the root cause of the anxiety, and then try and spin it on a positive angle. And rather than fearing it, take it as a lesson and try and grow and develop from it and overcome it. Okay, my darling. And I think that's the philosophical, get my teeth in, philosophical message for everybody that sort of has the anxiety. Understand it, understand the root cause of it, accept the emotions and the feelings that come with it, and try and understand it better so you can learn to overcome it and grow and develop from it, and also pass that knowledge and experience on to other people so it will help other people as well, I feel. All right, I hope that makes sense for you, Janet. And I do feel a better understanding of what triggered your anxieties will help you self-heal with that anxiety. Yeah, and that's that message with that card.
Thank you, Stace.
You're very welcome.
I can hear myself in your place. Hello?
Ooh.
Oh, I can hear myself on your laptop.
Oh, I don't know why, because I've got the headphones in.
You've probably plugged it in the wrong hole. But there you go. That's another story for another day. Behave yourself. Behave. I was not going there. What I'm going to do for you, Janet, is read just a line from the description book, the booklet that comes with the cards, and it says, this card reminds you that anxiety is a natural aspect of the human experience, but it needs not to define you. Draw upon your inner well of courage and mindfulness. With each breath, let anxiety transform you into a catalyst for growth. Trust that, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, you can emerge stronger and more self-assured from the depths of the anxiety grip. So there you go.
Very good. So it linked to the growth thing that I referred to. Brilliant.
Yeah. So.
And that is your card, Janet. I hope that helps.
Yeah. She said, yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Fabulous. That's what we like to hear. We like to help people.
We like it.
We like it. We do.
Lovely.
That was very northern. We like it.
I like it. Last like a chocolate bar cloud. I don't know where that was going there, but there you go.
I don't know why we did that. I don't know if you can take links to the north or a strong northern accent, Janet, but you know that came through for a reason. Maybe just to give you a bit of a giggle and a smile on your face.
Maybe, yeah, because we are mad. It reminds me of that time we did it. I think it was the first time we went live together. Was it last year, whenever it was? And I don't think we did many readings. We spent more time joking and messing about than we did actually readings that night. But there you go.
I think we did.
Yeah. But there you go. Yeah.
All right. So let's see.
Okay.
Let's go with number 21.
Number 21. Okay. You said 21 last time. Did you know that?
Did I?
You did, yeah. It doesn't matter because obviously the comments have changed since then, so that's fine. And that is Suzanne Turner. She's picked number 17. What are you doing, woman?
I've got my leg stuck.
Well, unstick it then.
I'm trying to unstick it. My leg, that is, from the sofa. I haven't left the sofa, my leg's quite warm, so that's why it's sticking. Not that you all needed to know that explanation, but just to make it clear. So who have we got for number 21?
It is Suzanne Turner for this time.
Turner.
Yep, bear with me.
Come on down, the price is right.
Because at this moment, as Facebook doesn't work, I have to manually do everything. So bear with me, everyone, until Facebook sorts it out. So she said number 17. I thought she said 11 last time, not 21. Just making sure Cheyenne, she's on her toes. So there you go. It was 11, not 21. Oops.
I think you was meaning on the last show.
I was leaving on the air. Right, this next card is called Guidance for you, Stace. Well, it's for Suzanne, but for you to know first. So you can see the image first before anybody else, to give you that chance. There's a few seconds. There we go.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Okay, Suzanne, so your card is Guidance. And, oh, beautiful card. Now, I'm not supposed to be, I'm supposed to be doing mini philosophy, but I couldn't help it. When I looked at this card, I saw like a grandfather figure standing behind the little girl. So you would understand a granddad in spirit. And I feel that there was a close bond with Grandad, and I feel that Grandad was on Dad's side, because I'm just feeling a gentle, cool breeze brush past me on this side. So I do feel this was a Grandad that you would have known maybe in your younger years of childhood. Let me know if that makes sense. And as I'm talking about Grandad, I'm feeling like cobwebby all over my head. So I do feel that you have felt Grandad around you, and you felt him stroke your hair, especially at night time. And I'm also drawing to my attention to the fact that this little girl is playing with her hair. She's like twirling it and being in a bit of a danger, and being quite reserved in personality and reserved around people. Not to the point of shyness, but almost like she's intuitively guarded with people. Like she knows, she can pick up on people's energies and know who she can trust and who she can't from a very early age. And I do feel this is very much with your personality. So like from a very early age, you've had a strong intuition with respect to people, and you feel energies and you feel vibrations of people. Let me know if that makes sense. You never met your granddad. Okay. Well, I felt a really close bond. So if it wasn't in the physical, I do feel he's been very much close to you from the spiritual side, if this wasn't a physical side. But I get a lot of love from him, and I get a sense of adoration from him with you as well. So and he's holding his light up, and it almost looks like a wand. And I don't want to go all Harry Potter-ish, because I love Harry Potter. Other wizard films are available, just to put that out there. But I do feel this is like a wand of light, and I feel like you have the magic of light within you. But I feel it's been very much not hidden as such, but I feel like you've dimmed it to suit other people, or because you've been too hesitant in letting other people be aware of your spiritual side, because I do feel you have a spiritual side. Again, let me know if that makes sense. But there's a lot of love coming with this gentleman. Even if you never met him in the physical, he's been with you and beside you in the spiritual. Yeah, just a strong sense of protection with him, and love and warmth. You used to have curly hair. That would make sense with the twirling. Yeah, very beautiful picture, very beautiful card. So in terms of guidance, I do feel this gentleman has been your guide in a spiritual sense. and he's sort of been trying to give you signs, and I'm noticing there's little gaps in his wings at the end of the feathers, so I do feel there's been feathers that have been a sign that this guidance is around you. But in terms of the philosophy, I want to say with yourself, you have also been a kind of guide and a guidance for other people. Guidance is about advice, but it's also about not just giving the advice, but what am I trying to say? Come on. What are you trying to say? Just bear with me a minute while I kind of take a breath. Okay. So I do feel in terms of philosophy, guidance is there to give advice taken from, again, it's about taking from life experience, taken from knowledge that you know, experience that you have been through. But it's not about forcing opinions. It's more of a it's like when you try and tell a child that they have choices to make. When we grow, we have choices, and what choices we make tend to go on the guidance that we are given at the time. So, for instance, if I relate it to myself, I have a grandson. He's very strong-willed, shall we say. And very often I have to say to him, okay, this is the way you want to behave, but if you behave this way, these are the consequences. If you behave this way, these are the consequences. You can either choose to do one or the other. And that's the kind of guidance I'm talking about. It's about helping personal development, again, going back to the personal development and personal growth. You see things before it happens. Yeah. But the important thing is not to force them on other people, if that makes sense. It's about planting a seed and giving that guidance and making it suggestive rather than coercive. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Spirit. It's about being suggestive rather than coercive. It's about encouraging rather than cajoling. So when it comes to giving guidance, be aware of not so much what you say, but how you say it or how it comes across. And this is to everybody in terms of a philosophy statement. So with yourself, Suzanne, what I want to say is there's people around you at the moment looking for guidance from yourself or coming to you for guidance. And it's very tempting to say, well, I did it this way, I did it that way, this is what worked for me, this is what didn't work for me. Sometimes you have to let people find their own way and work it out in their own way. But with that guidance, you can encourage and you can plant a seed and you can give them the options open to them, but let them decide which way they want to go so they are able to learn their own lessons from it. And that is basically what guidance is for me. It's about learning your own way to make your own decisions and to make your own mistakes and to learn your own lessons. And that's what I feel guidance should be about. Okay, I hope that resonates with you, and I will leave the love of your grandfather with you. And again, look out for the signs that he's around you. And I'm so sorry to hear that your brother has passed as well. I did read that comment. And that you get signs from him, and it's great that you get signs from him as well. So yeah, just watch out for that guidance. Be encouraging and suggestive rather than coercive and cajoling. All right, my darling, I'll leave that with you. Thank you for working with me.
Well done, Stace. This card actually under the life deck has two interpretations, the upright and the reversed. I'm only going to be reading the upright one, okay? And I'm only going to read a paragraph from it because obviously there's a lot more information in the pack regarding the cards, so I'm just going to read a little snippet from it. It says the guidance card emerges as a compass pointing the way towards wisdom and insight. This is a time to heed the whispers of your intuition, to listen to the counsel of family, friends and professionals, and including the divine. You can rely on guidance that surrounds you. This card encourages you to set aside the notion of knowing everything and to embrace the humanity of seeking advice and information before making any decisions. Take the time to conduct through thorough research and consider your options. Head into the counsel that resonates with your soul. You can navigate your journey with greater clarity and purpose. So that's just a part of the actual meaning, but it goes a bit more in depth with that, but obviously only those who purchase the cards will actually see the descriptions for that. But I hope that helps with you anyway. So there you go. Over to you, Stace.
See, I go all the way around the houses and Richard goes straight down the motorway with that description.
Yeah, stop waffling, get on with it. That's what I say.
Yeah, too much waffle. Too much waffle. I like waffling.
Waffling.
We got there in the end. So I hope that helps you, Suzanne. And I hope that advice helps with everybody else as well, because the philosophy isn't just for one person. It's a general message for everybody. So yeah, take that on board. So let's see what number we're going to next.
Okay.
Number 8.
Number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. See, I start counting and it moves because people commented, so I got to start again. So this is why you might hear me turn around. When people say, "Oh, can I have number 21," for example, and I count 21, and I say, "Oh, you need to say it again." It's because it's moved. Or
you need quicker fingers.
I need a secretary. That's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, and as I've counted down, it's changed again. Stop commenting. They're doing it on purpose, Stace. We get that Richard back,
Making you work, Richard.
Yeah.
Making you work.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, it's Mavis MacDonald. It's number 23. That's what she's asked for. The card 23.
Hello,
for
Mavis.
Mavis.
Hope you're well, my darling. Number 23.
Right, bear with me. So a bear really isn't with me. I'm on my own, but I'm going to blame them, because when you listen to the sat nav, it says bear left, and I'm looking to the left and I can never see a bear. Oh no, that's sad. I get my coat.
Don't give up your day job.
Nah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Hey, I try. No, so Mavis has said number 23. So that card for number 23 is knowledge. Is that card? We had that the other night. We had that last time, I believe. Yeah. So over to you, Stace.
When I can see the card, there we go. Oh, it's this one. I love this card. Every time I see this card, I want to pick up a book and read and be in my solitary confinement and my own world and just escape reality for a little while. And I feel this is very much with you, Mavis, with this card. Connecting with you on a psychic level, I do feel that you are in need of some respite and some peace at the moment, and I do feel I just want to sit in a chair and read a book in the peace and quiet and just escape reality. Wherever the book takes me, I want to go on a journey, and I want to have fun with it. I want to be for some reason I've got the famous 5 by Enid Blyton in my head, so I don't know if you used to read them books as a child or if you're aware of them books, but I definitely want the famous 5, which is all about the adventures of the 5 children, if I remember rightly. It's been a while. I've got the books up there, but I've not read them for a while. But knowledge. Okay, let's go into the philosophy. The first thing I want to say is the quote, "Knowledge is power, and with power comes great responsibility." So I want to say and great thing, and it can enhance, again, it's going back to growth, and development, and it can enhance all areas of your life. But knowledge, it can also be used as a weapon. It can be used to heal, it can be used to harm, it can be used to give comfort, but it can also be used against others to cause distress. So what I want to say is it's not so much, you can gain knowledge about anything in this world, especially with the amount of media that we've got now with Google and Wikipedia and other formats like that. But nothing beats good old-fashioned library research, encyclopedias. I love the smell of a good book. I love the smell of libraries and the leather bindings. And I want to be taken to the old ways of learning knowledge. I want to be taken to the traditional ways of learning knowledge, because I feel that kind of knowledge is priceless, is more accurate, and it tends to sink in more. Anybody can. I feel like the modern day knowledge makes us lazy. It's like when you're typing on the computer, we have spell check, we have grammar checks, we have even the way you write a sentence, if certain words don't fit, the computer or the office media that you're using will pick it up, and it's made us brains lazy. There's nothing like handwriting and reading a dictionary and learning how to use a lot of learning now. It misses out the dictionary and the thesaurus and the different words you can use for different things in a sentence that actually says the same thing but gives it more power. You used to work in a library, fantastic. This is why this is coming through for yourself then, because you would understand what I'm talking about in terms of the traditional ways of building up knowledge and building up our own memory banks. Nowadays you can switch on the social media, Google something, and if Google says so, then it is, and it's fact, and that's it. But it doesn't sink in, it doesn't stay in. Using a dictionary, learning how to do crosswords, all that kind of traditional knowledge and gaining of knowledge. And I want to go back to that. I feel very much that is the best kind of knowledge you can gain. Again, knowledge through life experience, knowledge through connections, knowledge through contact. You can't beat it. Knowing how to interact with people properly, knowing how to disagree with people on certain things without having the misunderstandings and the fallouts. A lot of people now tend to fall out because they have different opinions and different viewpoints, but nobody actually uses the knowledge to understand why people have come to that opinion or that viewpoint. You write letters all the time to my pen pal in Portugal. Exactly. I mean, who does that? Everything's done through email now. Not very many people write letters anymore. It's all about the correct way to write an email, the correct language to use in an email. I don't even know if my daughter would even know how to write a letter or a persuasive argument, or learning how to debate on paper. So again, this for me is about keeping that traditional sense of knowledge, Mavis, where you're concerned. Not only is it about gaining knowledge and learning how to do things in the modern way, but I also, with you, want to say keep that traditional knowledge and the gaining and learning of that knowledge. Keep doing that traditional research, pick up that book and keep doing what you're doing, because I feel, and I'm getting the sense that this is coming across, because there is no true knowledge like the knowledge that you can gain from sitting and researching a book and reading a book. Yeah, and that's all I want to say to you. So don't, I do feel that there's a little bit of not misunderstanding, but a little bit of I don't know how to put it. Like people kind of not look down on you, but they kind of judge you because you shy away from the technology. You shy away from like if you want to know anything, someone says, "Oh, just look it up on the internet," and you're like, "No, I don't want to look it up on the internet. I don't see the point of the internet. If I want to know something, I'll go to the library and look it up in a book." And people are saying, "Oh, that's such a long way of doing it. It's so much quicker just to click a button." Yes, it is quicker, but does it sink in? No, it makes our brains lazy. I do believe that truly. It has made us brains lazy. So yeah, just do what you do and stay true to yourself, my darling, and keep gaining the knowledge in the way that is best for you. And that's all I've got to say on that. So I hope that helps.
Thank you, Stace. Going
You're
back
welcome.
to the description of the card of what was been written. Yet again, I'm only taking a small snippet. So Mavis, it says here, with a positive and open attitude, you're poised to excel in your quest for knowledge. Just a world of wonder awaits in a library's page. This card encourages you to embrace learning as a journey of exploration. As you immerse yourself in new topics and disciplines, you're not only acquiring information, but also expounding the boundaries of your understanding. There you go. I say, and this card
Very
also
good.
has a double meaning. So, all to everybody who's just joined on Facebook and on YouTube, we're asking you to give us a card between a number, between 1 and 40, and we're using the SPtv Divine Guidance cards, which we've created, and which you can pre-order them now by following sptv.uk/cards. There you go. And Mavis is saying, thank you so much. That was lovely.
You're very welcome, Mavis. I hope it helps. Keep turning them pages and going on them journeys. Can't beat it. Can't beat a good book and the smell of a page.
Well, they say that life is like a book, isn't it? Because every page, you don't know what's going to happen as you turn the page.
That's
And it's like your life, isn't it? You wake up, you don't know what's going to happen that following day. So another page in your book, in your life. There we go.
And every day can start with a new page and a new beginning.
Unless you reach the end of the book.
Unless you reach the end of a book. But does the book ever end? Because life continues.
Yeah, but the book ends.
Starts a new chapter.
No, but a book does end. If a book has been written and it's finished, you close it. It's the end. Unless they do another series or, as you say, another book. But in the case of, for example, Harry Potter, it's the end. There is no more of that sequence in his life. So the book does end to a degree. Your life doesn't end, because even when you pass to spirit, if you believe that, then you are continuation. And we only ever know what happens in the spirit world is when we go over. Not what a medium tells us is going to happen in our life, because they don't know the answer to that question. We have no idea.
This is true.
Oh, got very philosophical there. Anyway, moving on.
It's the philosophy coming out, and you see, it's working. It's working. We're getting all philosophical. All philosophical. Okay, so next number. Let's see. Let's go for number 35.
Well, just take your time, don't you? I've got all day, you know.
I know.
Right, if I go to page 2, that goes easier. And you said, what did you say, 32, sorry?
35.
35, so okay, if I just go count back 5, 1, 2, it's just moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that person is, drum roll, Margaret Murray.
Margaret Murray, hello.
Margaret is asking if she can have card 21.
Oh, synchronicities.
Yeah, that's
the door, never been 21 before.
I've lost it and it's gone.
You lost it years ago, Richard.
I've never had it, love. Don't worry about it.
Oh, well, you can't miss what you've never had. Oh dear. Okay, Margaret. 21. I got that birthday song in my head, so I don't know if there's a 21st birthday or a 21st anniversary coming up, but the 21 would be significant to you, which I'm getting the feeling that's why you picked it, because 21 is an important number for yourself. So let's see what card you get with that.
The card number 21 is called Hope.
Oh, hope.
Hope. Oh, give me hope, Joanna. Anyway.
I just was going to start singing that. Give me hope, Joanna, when the money comes. Anyway, yes. Oh, look at her. She's stunning. And I know Richard says these cards and angels have no gender. Some of them are feminine, some of them are masculine, but I do feel this is a feminine energy for you, Margaret. So I do feel you need a little bit of gentle around you at the moment, a little bit of soft and a little bit of nurturing and a little bit of motherly, that motherly sense of just wrapping and protection and coziness. I want to say coziness. In terms of hope, let me see. Okay, let me see what Spirit wants to give me about the word hope. Now, the word hope, people see the word hope in very different ways. This is about starting to talk about the relationship with words, because every person has a different relationship with certain words. Some people like the word hope because it gives them a positive energy, it gives them hope for the future, it gives them a sense that things, no matter how bad they seem, will always get better, will always improve. But then there's other people that don't like the word hope because they feel it dims expectations. So like, you can hope things will get better and you can hope that certain things will happen for the benefit of yourself, but you don't accept them. It's almost like the two words become opposite. So what I want to say, oh, it's your birthday. Okay, that's why it's significant. Okay, so what I want to say with yourself is it's no good hoping for something if you don't expect it to happen, if that makes sense. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you can all, I don't know, like for me, for instance, I can all hope that tomorrow morning I'll wake up and not have a diet restricting illness, but I accept the fact that that's never going to happen because it's a lifelong condition and that's it, and I have to accept that. So the positive is automatically turned into a negative, but hope should be a positive. If you've always got hope, you've got faith. If you've always got hope and faith, then you keep the positive outlook for the future. So what I want to say to you is, Margaret, when you're manifesting things and when you're asking for help for things, and I do feel that you ask the angels for help, and I do feel that you try and manifest all the positive, and I do feel you have a lot of hope, but I also feel that with that hope there is a lack of, what's the word I'm looking for? Come on, give me the word. A lack of conviction. Thank you. A lack of conviction. So when you have hope, you have to have conviction. I really do hope this goes the way I want it to. I really do hope that this will be a positive outcome. I really do hope that the magic will happen. You can't hope that the magic will happen if you don't believe that it can happen, if that makes sense. And that's the message and the philosophy. Have the hope, but also believe in the hope. Because without hope, there is no sense of belief. I feel with hope, there has to be a sense of belief and, like I say, a strong sense of conviction. So keep that hope in your heart. She's holding her heart, and this is about having the hope in your heart, believing it from deep down within your soul, manifesting it from deep down within your soul, and sending it up to the spirit so they can help you and help you fulfill your hopes, your dreams, your hopes for the future, anything positive that you want to bring into your life that you hope for. Send it up and send it in the belief that it can and that it will happen. All right, and I think that's the philosophy of the day with that word. Believe in the hope, believe in the magic of hope. All right, and like I say it with conviction and believe it in your heart and believe it deep in your soul, and the hope will come to fruition. And I hope that helps.
Sadly, there's been no feedback from her, so I won't read the description for her. She have been commenting, but then went all quiet, so I'm assuming she's gone for a cup of tea or whatever the case may be. So yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, she'll be able to watch it back on the replay. So let's go.
Oh, she's just responded. She goes, I can relate to all that, what you have said. Thank you. We do ask if you are getting a read. Sorry, Stace. If you are getting a reading on SPtv, we have mentioned this many times. Please keep responding, because the reader won't know if they're on the right track, or if you just say yes, it doesn't mean nothing, because there is a delay between Facebook and YouTube. So responding is really important. We understand that you're trying to listen as well, but it really does help us to get your feedback at the same time, because if you don't respond, we think that you're not here and we will move on. So yeah, so thanks, Margaret, for responding. So with that in mind, I will read that line. Sorry, Stacey, I know you were going to say something then.
No, I was just going to say she was welcome.
Was that it? Okay, fair enough.
Well, yeah, I agree with what you're saying as well, that giving the feedback helps keep the link strong, because it does take a lot of energy to connect, even on a psychic level as well as a spiritual level. It does take a lot of energy to connect. So when we don't get the feedback, it kind of makes the energy drop a little bit, and it forces us to work a little bit harder, which drains our energy a little bit more. So yeah, it helps keep the link and the energy strong as well.
Cool. So thank you, Margaret, for responding. And the description, obviously, there's a lot more into this card, but I'm only going to read you a quick line from the card. So it's card 21, Hope. In a tapestry of life, the Hope card emerges as a radiant beacon of positivity. This card signifies a time when the universe aligns to fulfill your desires and aspirations. Just as the dawn breaks after the darkness of night, this is a moment of renewal and promise. Your hopes and dreams are taking shape, and the universe is working in harmony to bring them to fruition. There you go. Fruition, I should say. There you go. And that's just obviously it goes on a bit more, but that's it. That's just a snippet from there. Okay, Stace, over to you, young lady.
Go for number 16.
16. Count back on 4, because that'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. June. It's June Malkin. Let's have a look what number she's given me is. June hasn't given me a number. Oh, let's have a quick look. 39. Tell her lie, she has number 39. That's your age, Stace, isn't it? 39, is that it?
Ah, I wish. I wish it was.
Right.
That was your age, Richard.
It is, yeah. It's 39 and a few months, you know. But there you go. I'm a lot younger than that, obviously. Stop putting me off. I've got things to do. 39, this card, and it is the Warrior card.
Oh.
Oh, we don't ooze.
Hello, June, my lovely. I hope you're well. Sorry for the yawn. June, I feel absolutely exhausted with yourself, so I don't know what you've been doing, my lovely, but I feel like you've been running around like a headless chicken after everybody, and I am just absolutely physically and mentally exhausted with yourself. That's the first thing I want to say, and that's connecting on a psychic level, not on a spiritual level. But you have the card Warrior, and she is absolutely stunning. She looks like that character from Mad Max that Tina Turner played. Can't remember.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, no. Okay.
Oh, and she's gone all blurry. So, June, I do feel like you need to take a rest break. I do feel like you need to be off your feet, and you need to give yourself, again, some downtime. I do feel like things are becoming a little bit overwhelming and you're not seeing too clearly at the moment. And I feel overwhelmed. I feel a little bit frustrated, and I feel like this is causing a little bit of impatience with yourself. Understandably so. We all get like that when we're rushing around trying to deal with everything all at once. You've had an affection. Oh, God bless you. So yeah, I do feel like I need plenty of fruit, plenty of water, and plenty of rest. I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing, but I do feel this would help your recovery and help also your energy levels. And I want to give you citrine, the crystal citrine as well, to help give you that energy boost. But getting back to the Warrior now, a warrior for me is somebody that stands up for those who haven't got a voice, that fights the injustice in this world, that always supports the underdog, and will always do what is right, even when it's difficult to do what's right. Warriors also tend to stand alone, away from the crowd, because a lot of the truth that they speak and a lot of the actions that they take really hurt other people's energies, in the sense that some people, I'm going to go with the quote from A Few Good Men. Some people can't handle the truth, and when you face people that feel negative towards you and feel threatened by you, it's normally because you're speaking factual and you're speaking truth, and you're acting in a way that is true to who you are, and it intimidates them. They feel threatened by it because they don't know how to handle it, because they've never been the kind of people to be able to be confident enough to be true with themselves. So their behavior and their negativity isn't a reflection of you, it's a reflection of their own lack of warrior within themselves. But I also want to say, as well as being a warrior for other people and a warrior for injustice, I also want to say you're a warrior for yourself. You've had a lot of battles that you've had to face internally, and this is about you being the warrior of overcoming your own obstacles and your own issues and your own anxieties and your own fears. Can take all that home. Life is too full on at times. Yeah, I get a sense of that. But again, the warrior within you, it keeps you standing tall, it keeps you fighting, and it keeps you feeling like that you can't fall or you can't be vulnerable. You have to be the strong one all the time, which is great, having the warrior of a brave heart, which I feel is what you are, which is what I want to say to you. I'm given brave heart, and I'm that kind of warrior that always willing to fight and to urge people as well to fight for themselves. And I feel this is very much what you do. But I also want to say to you, sweetheart, you need to be a warrior of your own peace of mind. So not necessarily fight for yourself in terms of having the strength and everything that you've already got, but I want to be a warrior of peace, I want to be a warrior of calm, and I want to be a warrior of serenity. Yeah, just a warrior of your own soul, I want to say as well, because I do feel that deep down in your soul you're tired as well, not just the physical earthly element of life, but deep down in your soul I feel a weariness, and I feel this is where the warrior is needed. I feel like your soul is fighting out for that peace and that sense of serenity and calm and contentment. You worry far too much, you need to turn it around. Yeah, and this is where the warrior comes in. This is where your internal soul warrior comes in. So rather than focusing on being a warrior for everybody else, you need to be a warrior for yourself. You've got, she's dressed in black. Black is, for me, it's about confidence, but it's also about hidden depths. Black hides a lot. It hides a lot in the shadows, and a lot of things look different in the dark to what they do in the daylight. So again, I want to say, have the confidence to be able to reset the boundaries as far as everybody else goes, and reset the boundaries with yourself and your soul as well. All right, my darling. You do have an inner strength. You are a warrior. And I want to say you're a warrior of light as well, because I'm looking at the light coming off of her head, or coming from behind her head, I should say. And it's almost like it's parted her hair in the middle. So I do feel that you are a warrior of light and a warrior for spirit as well. And I do know that you are very spiritually aware, obviously being part of Wimbledon. But I do feel again that you are a warrior of spirit, and I do feel you've been asking for spirit for help to help you be the warrior for yourself as well. So yeah, so being a warrior for me, again, it's all about fighting the good fight. It's about standing tall and being strong, but not just for other people, but you have to be strong for yourself and be your own hero in your own story. All right, so I'll leave that with you, and I'll leave that with everybody else. That goes for everybody else as well. Being a warrior isn't just about fighting for other people, it's about being able to be strong enough to set boundaries and fight for your soul and fight for yourself as well. Whether that be emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever it is, be your own warrior and be the own hero in your own story, and don't let anybody try and take that warrior energy, or try and diminish that warrior energy and fight within you. Okay, I hope that helps, and I'll leave that with you. Thank you, June. I'll go and beat them all up. Well, don't do that. We don't want you getting arrested, June. I don't want to have to pay bail money to come and get you out of jail.
Well done, Stace.
Warrior with attitude, exactly. Yes.
And I'm just going to read a line from the card. It says, this card commands your efforts and reminds you that your process... I'll start again. The card commands your efforts and reminds you that you can possess the inner strength to overcome obstacles, whether they manifest as emotional hurdles or physical trials. Embrace this card's message to reclaim your power, stand firm against adversity, and confidently assert yourself.
See, now why didn't I just say that? There you go, assert yourself, June. That's the word. Just goes to prove one thing, just as a little bit of a disclaimer. I did say this the other night, but I'll repeat again. I have no access to these cards or the book that Richard has created for them. The only time I see them is when Richard puts them online. I haven't got a deck as yet, and I haven't got the book, and Richard has not discussed any of the book information with me. I'm literally reading them for the first time as they come up on the screen. I'm just putting that out there.
It's true.
I'll go and
So if you are interested in these cards, everybody go along to sptv.uk/cards, or just go to SPtv UK. There, the links on there as well. We need to raise certain amount of funds to actually order these cards. We need to order a minimum of 100. Once we've reached the 100 target, then we can purchase them on your behalf. Everything's ready to go. We're just finalising the descriptions now, and by the time we've reached that goal, we hope to have everything ready. The cards are ready to go, but if you feel that the cards need something different or whatever the case may be, we're always welcome to hear your feedback. And one of them was to put numbers at the bottom, so then it represents the card and so forth. So a lot of people said they would like to see that on there, so that will be added before it goes to print. So there you go. All right. And
there
June says thank you.
They are beautiful, professionally made cards as well, and all the images are yours as well. So you have all the copyright stuff for the images, and
everything's been created by me, and I've used an AI along with Photoshop to create these images. So there's part with the SPtv, i.e. me, own the full rights to the images and the descriptions. Everything's been created for SPtv by SPtv. There's no third party out there apart from the lovely Sarah Andrews, who's guided me on the major archangels. That's where she's helped on that one, so she's been acknowledged with that. But all the information is on the website, so you find out details on how you can purchase them and how it's all going to work. Okay.
Very nice. Don't forget also, you can go across the website and look at becoming a VIP.
That is, yeah. That reminds me, actually, Stacey, VIPs, there is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be giving a pack away to a VIP. So the idea is that those who order, who are VIPs, they will be entered into the draw and get their money back, if that makes sense.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there you go. Go across, sign up to be a VIP. It's less than a cup of coffee.
Yes, 37 pence. 37p.
37 pence.
Yeah.
You can't even get a chocolate bar for that these days. So definitely go along, have a look at becoming a VIP and donating. And you get lots of perks as well as, like Richard says, the competition for the cards.
Yeah, we have
VIP Zoom nights.
Yeah, we've got a new workshop coming up, haven't we? A 5 week, 4 or 5 week free workshop.
Nadia's VIP development workshop.
Yeah.
That's 4 or 5 weeks.
I think something like that. Yeah.
Of development learning. So again, that's open to the VIPs. Well worth going along for. Nadia is absolutely wonderful. She's been on the channel. If you haven't already seen her, look her up. But we've got a VIP Zoom special first for SPtv coming up. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So lots of exciting things coming up for the VIPs. So well worth. And like I say, 37p. I mean, you can't even get a Mars bar for that, can you? I don't think. So next one, let's have a look. Let's go with number. Come on, give me a number. Have we had number 10 yet?
Nope.
We'll have number 10 then, please.
Excuse me, number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Blake Fitch. Blake, I know you said you've said number 43. Sadly, the cards only go up to 40 for the life pack. Obviously, there is more, but so Blake, if you can give me another number, that would be great. Blake is on Facebook, by the way.
Blake is on Facebook. Hello to you, Blake, and welcome to SPtv. I don't think we recognise that name.
No, but welcome anyway.
Yes, definitely welcome new viewers, and as well as our regular viewers. Nice little SPtv family. Just waiting for Blake to come back with a number for the card, and then we'll see what we get for Blake.
He said number 28.
Number 28. Oh,
There we go.
interesting. 8 and 2 make 10.
There you go.
So Blake, I do feel with yourself with that number, that is very significant. So I want to go to October as being a significant month for you, and I also want to say that number 10, for me, is all about the ending of old cycles and coming in with the new and new opportunities. There's new changes coming in. I feel like, I want to say old habits have died hard with yourself. So I do feel like there's changes in lifestyle, there's changes in habits, and I also want to see there's changes with just in life in general. And this the mother card. Look at that. That is stunning. I've not seen that card. Oh, look at that. Oh, sorry, that just made my heart melt.
Giving you a lump in the throat, has it?
That has, yeah. Do you know what? I don't know why, but I feel so emotional with this card. I really do. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel so, awesome. Right, okay. Let me get back to the reading instead of, yeah. Sorry, Blake. But yeah, I do feel like there's lots of new things coming in, and again, I'm not predicting anything, but the fact that there's a baby on the card, I don't know if there's a pregnancy around you or a new baby coming in. It doesn't necessarily have to be a baby, it could just be new life or new life changes in general coming in for you, but there's definitely a shedding of the old and coming in with the new in areas of your life. So if that isn't already happening, look out for that coming in. I'm not predicting because I can't predict, but there's definitely new changes and new positive energies coming in for you. And I do feel this is a breath of fresh air, and I say that because she's wearing blue and it looks like a kind of cool spearmint blue to me. So again, I do feel this is a refreshing change, a positive change, and all the changes coming in will be a breath of fresh air for you. Now, in terms of the card, mother. Now, what is a mother? For me, I'll get to the spirit inspired in a minute, but for me, a mother is all about nurturing, it's all about protecting, it's all about loving. A mother is everything rolled into one. She's a nurse, she's a counselor, she's a teacher, she's a playmate, best friend. That's what a mother should encompass, all them positive, nurturing, loving, warming vibes and energies. That for me is what a mother about. Now, in terms of the spirit inspired, I want to go to Mother Earth, I want to go to Mother Nature, I want to go, again, going back to growth and development, wisdom, knowledge. Everything that we've said tonight in most of the cards has come through in this one card. So I want to say with yourself, I want to say to yourself, you need, not only do you need a little bit of that motherly nurturing and nature, I also want to feel, I also feel that you need a lot of grounding, and you need to remember where you came from and where your roots are, and look at the progress you've made from childhood until now, because I do feel that there's been a little bit of a distance in terms of connection, family connection, in terms of nurturing with yourself. And I do feel you haven't always had it easy, but what I want to say is mothers are human too. They're not invincible. They're not unaccountable. Mothers make mistakes just as much as the rest of us, but for some reason, children see mothers and fathers, in fact, all parents, they see them as almost above human, like they're invincible, they're untouchable, they're unhurtable. But actually, I feel that parents, especially mothers, they are vulnerable and they do show their vulnerabilities. We just don't see that as we're growing up, or even as adults, because it's not our job to see them vulnerabilities, if that makes sense. So with that being said, I want to say it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to show them vulnerabilities, and it's okay to feel like you're only human, and it's okay to make mistakes. And I feel that this is very important with this, the feeling I get with the word mother, and the feeling of the card as well. We as mothers are not immune to the world's problems and frustrations and impatience. Can't or can? Oh, can. Can take. Aha. Okay. Thank you for that confirmation, Blake. But yeah, so I want to say, being a mother isn't just about being the provider and the carer and the protector and all of them good nurturing things that help a healthy child grow into a healthy adult. But it's also about showing that it's okay to show our vulnerabilities. And it's, you know, if you get frustrated and you need to cry, then show it. If you get angry about something, then show it. If you're passionate about something, then show it. Children learn from what they see the adults mimic, whether that be a father, a mother, a grandfather, a carer, whoever it is that is the main provider and main nurturer in your life. It's okay to show, because if we don't show our children that this is okay, how are they going to grow up thinking it's okay and feeling okay about showing certain aspects of themselves? That baby is just as vulnerable in that card as the mother that's holding him. And I want to say him because I feel like, again, this is with yourself. I feel like you are the baby and this mother is your mother. And I feel like that you're both feeling vulnerable. You've both been vulnerable. The only difference is that with the baby, you can see the vulnerability, you can sense the vulnerability because he's so small and so little and unable. We know that babies are vulnerable for that reason, because they can't defend themselves, whereas the mother is an adult and is deemed to be able to defend themselves. But again, mothers are just as vulnerable, parents are just as vulnerable as the babies are, mainly because they're scared of doing things wrong, and they're scared of not being enough, and they're scared of not being able to protect and defend what is the most vulnerable, precious thing in their lives. So I will leave that with you, my darling, okay? Don't be afraid to feel vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be insecure. And don't be afraid to be human. Yeah? You are human. And again, we all make mistakes. We all have our vulnerabilities. We all have our insecurities. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So from me to you, a great big motherly hug. And I hope that helps.
Ooh.
Over to you, Richard.
Well, thank you very much. The card, yet again, as I've mentioned many times, that is a lot more in the description. But Blake, I've just taken a small snippet from a couple of sentences for you here. And it says that the mother card, this card reminds you to celebrate your decisions and embrace the guidance you provide. Like a mother's praise, your positive influence can foster growth and empowerment in those you touch. As you navigate this phase, remember that every new beginning is a canvas of opportunity waiting to be painted with the colours of love, support and nurture. There you go. Obviously it goes a bit more into that, but I'm just going to give you a snippet because I want people to buy the cards. I'm not going to give them the whole description. There you go. So yeah.
So mine was all about embracing the vulnerabilities and accepting the vulnerabilities, and yours was about the positive growth and development. So that kind of worked well.
It certainly did. It did.
It
And
really did.
that is it, I'm afraid, Stace. Because people have lives to go to bed. So thank you ever so much for standing in tonight and offering to do the cards again. It's a great way to promote the cards and get them out there a bit more, and hopefully people will enjoy them if they purchase them. And if we can't get the funds, then obviously the cards won't be printed. So we do rely on everybody to purchase it. But thank you, Stace. Do you want to plug yourself and how people can get hold of you for private readings and so forth?
Yeah, you're very welcome. So I am Stace Shaw. You can find me on Facebook at Stace Shaw 180, or you can get me through the SPtv fan pages, and through Richard or through Terry as well, because Terry does a lot of work behind the scenes as well. So you can either private message me on Facebook or get me through the SPtv platforms, or through Terry and Richard themselves. But yeah, I've really enjoyed working with these cards. This is we've had them for psychic readings, we've had them to help connect with spirit, and now they've worked, I think, very well with the mini philosophy as well.
You know what we should do? Sorry, I'm doing it again. Sorry, Stace. It's just popped into my head.
Right.
How about if we got together to do a VIP night with the cards, where the full description, yourself, and the cards for the VIPs? How's that sound?
That sounds
via
brilliant.
Zoom.
We'll definitely make a date for that.
Yeah, we will look for some dates and times for the VIPs. It'll probably be on a Sunday night, so we'll bear with us and keep an eye on the VIP lounge for details on that. And
don't forget, if you want to become a VIP and donate, go to the SPtv.uk website, and there's information on there how you can donate and become a VIP and support SPtv. Yeah, but thank you everybody for joining us. I've thoroughly enjoyed working with you all, as I always do. Thank you to everybody for watching and joining us, and hope who have we got on?
I was just about to say that. Tomorrow? You're psychic. Tomorrow
I'm not psychic at all, me, you know.
Didn't think so. As for tomorrow, at 6 o'clock, we have the lovely Emily Baker doing psychic art, or spiritual art, whatever you wish to call it, where she will tune in with the spirit world and draw who she feels inspired to draw, along with giving mediumship readings. And after that, we have the wonderful Paul Bannister with his new time starting at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So Emily's at 6 o'clock and Paul is on at 8 o'clock with his spiritual talk, where he interviews some very, very well-known authors, influential spiritual people, and he also offers readings throughout the show as well. So that starts tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So that's it.
Sometimes take us down rabbit holes as well, does Paul? And
Emily's, he does, yeah.
Psychic art is very good as well. So make sure you tune in at 6 p.m. tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube, and at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube for Emily and Paul. Until then, stay safe, look after each other, and have a great day tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I will say good night, God bless from me.
And good night and God bless from her.
There you go. Bye everyone. See you
Bye.
soon. Take care.